this all goes through, right? I'm on a break in a conference room, but I was, I watched this video of this black woman telling her experience that she had at work with, the title of the video was something like, white people don't really like natural hair or something like that, but she was telling her experience, how one of her many experiences of dealing with, in the workplace, and dealing with white people. And when she has, in the time she's had her natural hair out, right? Because, she proclaimed that she was a woman that usually, wore some type of weave, whether it was braids or something of that nature. And, even I started to look at the comments, and even and this is not going to be long, honey, because I got to go back to work in about 15 minutes. So even in the comments, women were telling their stories. And, it just got me to thinking, like, black men are on this whole thing of, they want a natural woman, and they really vilify black women who actually wear weave or straight hair, perm their hair, or constantly have it straight, and are very dismissive of how we're ridiculed in white society and how and us having to assimilate in order to get a check. Okay, very dismissive and very I don't know that not really, just very dismissive, like it's really not that, oh, well, you just go get another job or, find something else, work for yourself. Everybody can't be the chief, everybody can't work for themselves, and not every work environment or job that is available in this society grants you, privilege to be yourself, to dress, to wear your hair as it is. There's some, if you're a hairstylist or something like that, there are some professions, but, mostly anything with a dress code, nah, like, no, okay? Look at, if you look at a lot of the women that are ahead of these Fortune 500 companies, Nestle and all these people that are looking at all these, black women who end up, getting into these high-ranking positions within these corporate structures. Their hair is either straight or it has weave in it. Do you think they would get that high with, a blowout, a natural, just a natural fro and things like that? No. And it's always, well, do something else. And it's like, hey, you know what? You're not providing a way for your community or your people, since you're the men of your particular ethnicity. You have no means to funnel or options for your women of your race or your ethnicity to go into your jobs and your businesses to work and or have some other things that are set up to where they could actually have a livable wage. You don't. So it's like, you know what? And it's a lot of y'all also too have dated, women that, I'm pretty sure that they came home and, it's so common that a lot of us probably don't, but I'm pretty sure a lot of you have, if you remember, however it went down, but there was a conversation about something about her hair at her job. When somebody tried to touch her hair, or somebody had a problem with it, something. And again, I don't think that you guys get it. I don't think that you're in a position to even be demanding of that. If you're a man that you can take care of your woman, like not, and some of y'all think y'all can, but you can't take on two persons or you can't, you don't, and it's not you personally because of you or some type of, you know, something wrong with you. It's just how money works and how the economy is, how much they're paying people. The wages aren't even livable anyway. Even if you make 80,000, you're still, most of you, unless you're like doctors or you're making six figures, like 150, 200,000 a year, you're not really able to take on another person because you get whatever woman you're trying to get. You have to be able to adequately to where she's comfortable, be able to take care of her in order to be like, well, this, I don't want you wearing this. I don't want your hair to look like this. I prefer, and so you really aren't in a good space to even have that to hand or even have the complaint about that. Um, because it's. I mean, I guess I guess you complain about whatever you want to, but I'm just saying it's really not going to. You're not. It's really falling on deaf ears unless you finding some of these. You got some of these sisters that's these pick me sisters where it's like, yeah, they're, oh yeah, you can do this and you can do that, but reality it isn't. you know, oh, you could just, work for self. Everybody can't be in business on their own. Everybody can't be the chief. Everybody aren't business minded. Everybody can't lead a company. Who, you know, like everybody can't be a lash technician or do nails or do hair, things that you can, if you budget right and get good at it, you can make a good living that will compensate for a living that you would have had to do working in their businesses. Everybody can't do that. You know, everybody can't be the chief. Somebody got to be the Indian. You feel me? And I just really think that even for where our people are collectively amongst other peoples and the state that we're in, that should be at the last of, what you nitpick about. Because you really shouldn't, you really shouldn't try to nitpick on that. That really should be the furthest from your mind, but it always tends to be, it's always something, something's wrong, right? There's always got to be something. If it's not the hair and everything like that, it's, oh, you strong, you too strong, or, or something. It's always something. We always get blamed. Black women are always blamed for something. Nothing is never, you hardly ever see, I've seen one or two, but you'll see more black women checking black women than you publicly, outwardly, than you see, meaning like, calling out some of our bullshit, the things that, which are similar to some of the things that are identical to some of you guys' gripes, versus you seeing a lot of black men out here publicly checking other black men for some of our gripes, okay, that we have that are really valid, and it is, it's true, but no, that's all I wanted. I wanted to do this real quick, and it's almost time for me to go. But no, that was all I really wanted to come here and say. And I'm just like, I can't. I'm just like, before a black man sits up and talks about how he prefers women with natural hair, he really should really just go through. I almost want to not write a book, but start a group, or at least find a group where it's just a group where black women can just tell their stories of how they have been treated, because of their natural hair, them trying to get, be natural, or even braids or anything like that. There has been, do you know that there's been like we've been fired, and it's different from. And I want you to understand it. It's different from being a man. A man, you can just, if they give you trouble, you have dreads, okay, you can just cut it off, go to the barber shop, fade it up, and keep going. It's easier to maintain your hair, and you have an easier out, and you could just do that. Okay, we have a woman, if you want to have hair in your head and not be bald, you have to keep it. You have to do it every day. Or you have to have some protective style that ties you, that is, might be, you maintain it every couple weeks or every couple months, depending on what you do to it. Right? Natural hair, you gotta sit up and do that you gotta do that every day. And I remember growing up, um, my mom permed my hair though, but even still, like you have to do your hair, and it takes more time to do. Like, it's not a brush and go, and it's not like I want, like, if you have little girls, start trying to do their hair. If you have a gripe about natural hair, and little girls' hair is a little bit more better, you know, like that's about little girls. Just start trying to do their hair and see, and just because I don't think you fully recognize or even have any type of, I don't know. It's just of what females go through, and the more and more work that you have to put into a female child or just a female period. Unless you are a single dad who has a girl, a little girl, and it hits you like it is something that it's it takes time, you know. And when you become an adult, you have all these activities, you have work, they be trying to make you stay, and then you gotta come home, you gotta do, if you have kids, you gotta do home, you gotta do all these things, and there's less and less time. It's not like how it used to be. It's less and less time that we have for ourselves. Don't nobody want to be sitting up for 2 hours every night trying to section it off, comb it back out, because depending on where you stay at, your hair done, ooh, the heat gets to it, or depending on the degree of the coil, that's where you get the C's and the fold and all that stuff, how we say nappy, right? Whatever. It's hard to maintain. And it takes more time to groom with that, even with the length. And that's another thing, too. I think, you have to see through a lot of the propaganda, because there's a lot of, it's just negative, which is very, very wrong. It's very wrong. I think it's very incorrect, this notion, this narrative that black women who wear weaves are bald-headed. And you know what? If you even... You can even go to like a lot of these ladies that do YouTube videos on how to do hair. A lot of them are not bald headed. If you just go back into the women that you've dated, the women that you've been around, they're not bald headed. I've known women who had a head full of hair down their back and would do, back in the day, we used to call them quick weaves and things like that. So it's an incorrect narrative, and it's just a bunch of propaganda for self-hate. I don't know who started that, but people caught on, black men especially. I don't know. It could have been something that was started by a white person, to be perfectly honest, and everybody just went with the shit. And now we all, the whole notion is that she's wearing wigs or weaves, she's bald-headed, she has no hair, or her edges are gone, and that's definitely not true. There is definitely a degree of them. That's just like saying all black men are thugs, or all black men is, sag their pants, or all black men, if you walk around in a hoodie, you're a criminal. Like, that's along the same lines of, in the respect of, because of doing a certain thing, just making that a blanketed statement or a blanketed conclusion for whomever does that particular thing. But I gotta go. I got 1 minute. I probably won't come back on this tonight, but yeah, I'll holler.